We begin today's wrestling news and rumors video with some interesting news regarding former WWE superstar Big Cass, now known as W or William Morrissey in Impact Wrestling, and now AEW All Elite Wrestling. By all means, William Morrissey's debut on Dynamite the other night was a pretty big success, with Morrissey getting a great reception from the fans in attendance, and although he ended up taking a loss to Wardlow, Morrissey looked great in the match and has drastically changed his overall look for the better since his release from WWE. And by all means, Morrissey looks like a formidable monster heel nowadays, compared to his time spent in WWE. It seems like most fans were impressed by William Morrissey following his debut on AEW Dynamite, and clearly some officials within WWE are feeling the same way. According to one of our sources, Andrew Zarian of the Mat Man podcast, he had received some messages from a few people regarding W. Morrissey's contract and when it would be expiring, with it being made clear that WWE have been impressed by W. Morrissey. Although there's no word on whether or not WWE actually want to bring William Morrissey or Big Cass back to WWE, clearly the company are impressed with his transformation and simply just becoming a better talent overall, and a very solid monster heel. Now these are definitely the kind of wrestlers that Vince McMahon usually likes, so it really would not be that far-fetched to imagine that WWE could be wanting to re-sign W. Morrissey in the near future. And compared to the likes of Omos, a lot of fans would likely feel W. Morrissey is the more capable big man monster heel that WWE could use right about now. W. Morrissey has clearly taken his wrestling career far more seriously since leaving WWE, and he's definitely leveled up in a lot of ways, including his overall look, his in-ring ability, and his promos, which have come a long way since WWE. However, with the way Big Cass's career ended in WWE, there is a little bit of doubt that he would not be all too interested in returning to the company anytime soon, as there could be a bit of resentment where WWE is concerned at this point with the way things ended. And considering Morrissey has now just made it to AEW, there really would not be a reason for him to be considering coming back to WWE. But at the end of the day, anything can happen in wrestling, and perhaps WWE will try to offer William Morrissey a lucrative contract offer to come back sometime in the future. Most fans can agree that the good old redemption storyline or resurgence always makes for a great angle, and perhaps Morrissey will follow in the footsteps of the likes of Drew McIntyre, Jinder Mahal, Cody Rhodes, among many others who were unceremoniously released from WWE, reinvented themselves outside of WWE and other promotions, and transformed their look, returned to WWE, and achieved way more success than ever before. And W. Morrissey has definitely done the reinventing since leaving WWE and underwent a shockingly great transformation. So who knows, William Morrissey or Big Cass may be the next Drew McIntyre in the way that he reinvents himself elsewhere and comes back with a bunch of momentum to WWE, and proves that he can hang at the top and be a world title level talent. Regardless, it is great to see W. Morrissey doing great these days, and he's undoubtedly overcome a lot to be in the position he is right now in Impact Wrestling and now AEW. Now we have some pretty unfortunate but not totally unexpected news regarding some potential WWE releases. With the way 2021 unfolded when it came to the unbelievable number of big releases and firings from WWE, most fans can likely agree that they expect some big roster cuts throughout 2022. And we've already seen a few this year, mostly coming from NXT, but still WWE releases nonetheless. According to one of our sources, Dave Meltzer of The Wrestling Observer, fans can reportedly expect more NXT releases throughout the year, as WWE have apparently made quite a big change regarding the structure of how they evaluate NXT talent. New reports indicate that WWE are now evaluating the NXT superstars every 90 days and judging if they've improved or not, and if they haven't in WWE's eyes, they will likely be let go quite quickly. The general consensus is that we can expect more releases from WWE this year, and likely more regularly now that WWE have implemented this new strategy of evaluating the NXT talent. However, that's certainly not to say that all the releases from WWE for the rest of 2022 are just going to be NXT superstars, because we're right around that time when WWE do their spring cleaning, and there are plenty of main roster superstars on Raw or SmackDown that are definitely at risk of getting released, especially in this day and age where WWE want to save the company as much money as possible, and don't mind even releasing some big names that they feel aren't adding much to the WWE brand. Let us know down in the comment section below who you feel could be a part of the next batch of releases from WWE, whether from NXT or the main roster, and give us your thoughts why. Also, which talent do you feel are at risk of getting let go by WWE in the near future, but that the company should not release them, and instead try to utilize them better? Sound off in the comment section below. Although some fans were a bit skeptical of the whole Ezekiel storyline in WWE following WrestleMania 38, judging by most fans' reactions on social media and the overall buzz regarding this angle on Monday Night Raw, it's hard to deny that many fans have come around to the Ezekiel storyline and are actually looking forward to it playing out each week on Raw, and that it is one of the more lighthearted yet exciting storylines WWE have done recently, and Kevin Owens' involvement in this angle has definitely helped it as well, given the prize fighter's immense talent. While Ezekiel continuously claims that he's not Elias and is simply Elias' younger brother, most fans are rightfully suspicious, and feel Ezekiel is just Elias with a completely different look, which of course he is when we're not talking storyline or kayfabe here. However, in an effort to try and make this storyline more realistic, there is a rumor going around that WWE may try to have Ezekiel bring his brother Elias to Monday Night Raw, in an effort to prove that he's actually the younger brother of Elias. Although if this rumor proves to be true, there's no doubt that Elias and Ezekiel would be showing up at different times on Raw, and not at the same time for comedic effect, and to really get under Kevin Owens' skin for sure. Regardless, WWE have done a great job with this whole Ezekiel storyline, and it is definitely one of the brighter spots of Raw these days since WrestleMania. Roman Reigns has not only been elevated by his heel turn all the way back at SummerSlam 2020, but also because of his Bloodline stable, consisting of the undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, and the Usos. However, there have continuously been rumors going around regarding WWE possibly introducing a new member of Roman Reigns' Bloodline stable or faction, potentially a female member this time around, but up to this point it has not happened. That being said, there is a breaking backstage rumor going around right now that it may not be long before Roman Reigns reveals the newest member of the Bloodline faction, and like some fans have predicted, this rumored new member is Naomi. Even Naomi has recently made it clear that she finds it weird that she has not been added to Roman Reigns' Bloodline faction with Paul Heyman and the Usos yet. And if these new rumors are true, WWE may be planning to finally reveal Naomi as a member of Roman's faction in the near future.